You don't want your kids standing up here giving a testimony like this one day. Oh, stay with it. Get everything you can from this. It's not just about us, it's about them. And Madison, I thank you so much. And as long as the Lord will let me, I'm going to be the best mommy, the best daughter ever. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you, and I can't even do it. I love you. Thank you for never giving up on me. I promise to lead and direct you and do good, okay? No more broken promises. I love you. Okay, you can go sit down. Okay. This is not on my testimony. A gratitude list too, okay? All right. I'm Nicole Graves. I'm from Vicksburg, Mississippi. And I'm here by prayers from my grandmother. She never stopped praying for me, and I love you. And thank you for never giving up on me and always being there. You're my angel. Thank you. Okay. I was born March 4th, 1984. 8 days later, my mama handed me to my mom, and she walked out the door. She came back with my new stepdad and took me away when I was 5 years old. By the time I made 3rd grade, my heart was grown cold. As I was molested, Mama was brainwashed, and we both were beaten. The years dragged by as I questioned what I had done to deserve such a curse. Because I was praying, but the nightmares and the shakes, they only seemed to get worse. Most of that story is better left untold. Let's just say by the time I turned 9, he was through with us by the time I turned 9 years old. The alcoholic that my mama tagged as my father stayed locked up, and my mama stayed in the streets. Wasn't a day that went by that I didn't question why they didn't love me. Feeling abandoned and ashamed of my past, I isolated and I became an outcast. Redheaded and freckles, I was the center of plenty cruel pranks. At the age of 12, I took my first drink. Y'all know how the story goes. By the time I was 14, I was putting cocaine up my nose. Popping tabs, Xanax bars, smoking meth and weed. I turned 16, and I left home. I'm grown, I do what I please. Somehow I remained a straight-A student, began looking for love in all the wrong places, and wouldn't you know it, I dropped out and quit 3 months before graduation. Chasing a man, love, some kind of acceptance. It wasn't long before I found out I was pregnant. 5 months later, my 9-pound, 8-ounce, beautiful angel girlie, I made my plans to be the best mommy ever. So I got my GED and I was accepted into nursing school immediately. But 4 months later, the news came. This time I was having a son. I put my education and career on the back burner, and my life as a housewife begun. A healthy, beautiful, brown-eyed baby boy 2 days before Christmas. And so marked the beginning of my pain pill addiction. For the next few years, we played house and tried to pretend we knew what being a family was all about. We were both still kids, and we both come from broken homes. By the time we realized we had real problems, we were both too far gone. He'd work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day. And yet I had to holler at my sugar daddy when it came time for the bills to be paid. You see, for 6 years, we were both chemically dependent. Our life was falling apart, so we just swallowed us another handful. Sure enough, we gonna fix it. Blind and deceived, we were living a lie, but no one knew it until I tried to commit suicide. Paranoid, schizophrenic, manic depressive, bipolar, just to name a few. Here, Miss Graves, take you some more pills. These will get you through. And they did. For a few months, I was straight. I thought, yay, the diagnosis is right this time for sure. Guess what, y'all? For a lost soul, Jesus Christ is the only cure. Eventually, the only job that would support our habit was 30 days on and 15 days off, a decision I wish we both beforehand would have counted the cost. Accusations, arguments, and loneliness, the life of a towboater quickly got old. So in March of 2010, he returned to find an empty home and a bed that had grown cold. I found a new friend, and cooking meth was my new favorite. Jason ain't going to give up and put up with this. He's going to quit his job and come home to his family. I know how to play this. It turns out a broken heart is hard to mend. In May, officers found his truck. To this day, we still haven't found him. Lost, confused, angry, and alone. My heart felt like an elephant sitting in my chest, pain I'd never known. The fear set in. I took my kids to their grandparents and I began to run. I was miserable, begging for death, and everyone assumed I was just living for fun. By July, I had been booked on manufacturing with possession within intent. But then the next 2.5 years, I lost both my kids because I couldn't get right. I abandoned them, and honestly, I was just unfit. By March of 2013, I took getting high to brand new levels. It wasn't long before I found myself dancing with the devil, shooting and selling ice, robbing dope boys, gambling with my life. Something different every day, but still only pain in the night. The anger and fear, nothing took it away. Too much of a coward to take my own life. By October, I no longer had the strength to fight. I hit my knees and prayed, God, your will be done, not mine. A week later, a cold, hard bunk about to back up my time. The judge said, Ms. Graves, you realize you're looking at 12 years? All I could say was, yes, sir, as I watched my papa fight back in tears. Laying in that jail cell, I knew I had to change. Searching for answers, and boy, they hurt when they came. Really, God, this is how you show you care. I couldn't believe it when he came and he met me right there. You see, many are the plans of a man's heart, but it's the Lord's purpose that prevails. So that's all it took, y'all. Faith of a mustard seed, and he rushed in and he rescued me. And this is where the story gets good. I'm living the life Satan promised me I never could. I was busted and broken, begging for death. But my Lord, he said, no, I ain't ready for you yet. He picked me up and washed me clean, and I've been given a brand new identity. You see, just when the devil had me believing I was through, God said, hey, kid, I love you, and I ain't never giving up on you. He told me I've been forgiven, and he's given me meaning to this life that, hey, y'all, it feels like I'm living. So no matter what the problem, Jesus Christ is the answer. I've watched my Lord heal a baby's epilepsy and take away a man's cancer. My love and faith, they grow on a daily basis. As I'm testifying, counting his miracles on each one of y'all's faces. And the best part, like old Paul said, not one of us deserve this. But isn't that what's so beautiful about God's grace? You don't have to earn it. I love y'all. And my scriptures for y'all this fits perfect with our worship. John 8:36. He who the Son sets free is free indeed. And Hebrews 13:2. Y'all, don't forget to entertain strangers. By doing so, some have entertained angels and not even known it. And Ephesians 2:8-9. By grace you have been saved through faith, not of works. Least anyone should boast. I love y'all. Thank y'all for an awesome